Hello. This is my project about the biodegradable fishing line, and this is uh, my my uncle Hector Garza. May you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Hector Garza. I'm a chemical engineer. I graduated from Tec de Monterrey in 1983, and I had also a master's degree in chemical engineering. I got that degree in Texas Tech University in Lubbock, Texas.
Perfect. Thank you. I just had some questions about because I'm currently developing a sort of fishing line that is biodegradable. We right now just have the base, and the base is a sort of rope that you actually gave to me. So can you explain more about what its base is, like what is the original use for?
That line that you have received a sample, we use we grow vegetables in greenhouses. Um, in our case, we grow bell peppers. Bell peppers is a plant that has a long cycle of production. So from the day that we sow to the day that we cut off the plant, it takes a year, 52 weeks. So we start, let's say, in week one, we sow the seed, we start growing the plant, and then we transplant that plant to the greenhouse from week 5 or week 6, something around that timing. And then from week 6 to week 16, 10 more weeks, the plant starts to grow before we start harvesting fruits. This plant doesn't have enough strength to be supported itself on growing. So the plant grows, of course, like any other plant grows, following to the sunlight.
Yes.
But to a certain height, we have to tie a line so we can have support vertically for the plant. So we try to twist it around the line, and the plant, that's the way it gets support so we can grow through the. Okay, as I was saying, when we grow bell peppers, we have to sow the seed in week 1, and we transplant to the greenhouse from week 5 or 6. And then from week 6 to week 16, the plant keeps growing before we start production of bell peppers. This plant of bell peppers has not strength to support itself vertically. So we bring a line from the top of the greenhouse to the plant. We tie it to the plant, and then we start twisting the plant through the year. So we keep the fruit and the plant vertically. And that's the way that we use to grow the bell peppers. So one of our interests is to use a biodegradable line. So once we cut the plant at the end of the cycle, then we are able to integrate the cord or the twine, they call it twine also. We integrate that with the plant, and then we can use as a compost. That's why we use a biodegradable line to be able to recycle everything. Otherwise, if it's a oil-based, for example, polypropylene line, then the polypropylene line, it will not degrade, and it will, I would say, contaminate our plant for the purpose of composting.
Perfect. Yes, that's was what that's um around what we are doing, but in a very different way with the line, because like what materials is it made of? The line itself. Why does it why does it why is it biodegradable? Does it have a specific?
Okay, the basis for this material is called PLA. PLA stands for polylactic acid. The polylactic acid is a polymer that it's come from a natural source. And the idea is that you don't want also something that is quickly degraded, because if you have something that is very quickly degraded, exposed to the humidity, exposed to the sun, then it will be disastrous for us, because everything will fall down. If the cord is quickly degraded, then the plant will not spend 1 year before we remove everything. So
Yeah.
yes, it's a PLA base, and the PLA is degraded in a couple of years. So we can have our complete cycle without any trouble for the production. And then once we integrate together with the plant, 1 year after we remove it from the greenhouse, then you can go and how can I say, if you check the cord 1 year after you mix it with the plant and it was exposed to humidity and bacteria, it will degrade quickly. So it will integrate, and then you can use that as a compost.
Perfect. Yes, because what we were recommended was to use polylactic acid, and that's because of the fishing line. It we need pressure, and we yesterday we were doing some sample tries, and it was working pretty well with a 15-kilo Russian dumbbell. So in the pool, and that leads to my next question. Do you think we could use this rope sort of as a small fish fishing line?
Yeah, you can use it. Of course, it will be, if you use it for a fishing line, either fresh water or salt water, it will, how can I say, uh, you will have to try.
Yeah.
Of course, it will also degrade,
Mhm.
but if you want that to be reintegrated in the environment,
Mhm.
then that will be a good solution, taking in account that it will not be for long time. So you will have to renovate your fishing line every year or year and a half. That will depend on the conditions.
Yes, that's perfect because that's our goal. So, because there are many fish and many animals that die due because the cord will never, it will never unmake.
Agree.
We want something that if there's when the cord breaks or if there's something loose, it in a matter of some time it will just degrade. So yeah, that's what we're aiming at. Thank you very much. Anything to say?
No, thanks to you. I hope you have a good project, and it will be interesting to see fishing lines also to become degraded.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, it's important to say also that this with the current technology of production of PLA compared to non-degradable materials is still more expensive.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully in the future, if the price of production of PLA or other biodegradable materials comes for a lower cost, that will reach more into the market.
Perfect. Thank you very
Okay,
much.
thank you. You're welcome.
This is our fishing line. It's very resistant. Here we have
Alejandro Garcia. I'm 75 kilograms and I'm applying 80% of my total force.
I am Diego Villarreal and I weigh around 79 kilograms and I'm applying around 80% of my total force.
here we can see the tension and how it holds. During this project, we learned to reinforce our abilities in decision making as a team and creating a product. We came with a product that is a biodegradable fishing rod. We wanted to address marine life pollution, and this is the best idea that we had. We overcame many problems as a team during the semester and are proud of our progress. We will continue to work to make the best project possible and are glad with our results.
We have finished our prototype, it's really important to mention some features or some aspects that we can improve for further projects. Talking about the line, we would love to implement a stronger and bigger line so that it can be used in different water bodies such as oceans. In fishing world, it's also very important the aspect of the line. In this case, we would also love to implement different colors.
For this project, our development took all the 3 parcels, and it was around in 4 months' time. We divided it in many parts, and first we started thinking of ideas and how we could help our chosen SDG, which was to help wildlife in the ocean. And by doing that, we realized we need a rod. Then we created a prototype, and finally we created our final product, which was a biodegradable fishing line.